We're live.
We're live, everybody. Welcome to the Brian McCarthy interview show. My name is Brian McCarthy. Sitting stage right is Adam Hineker. If you're listening, guess what? It's a podcast. If you're watching, it's on YouTube or it's on Facebook. And welcome. And of course, it's live right now, or it's also archived. And if it's live, oh my God, we have super chats. If you can see behind me, we have a bank. We have our super chats.
These nice gals are waiting.
Yeah,
we have
a room full of Confederate widows ready to take your super chat requests. So get in there and help yourself to that. And of course, welcome to all the friends we see here every Friday, and we'll be running through and saying hello. There's no guest today, so we're doing a bit of a reset. I feel like there's been some distance between us. So I just wanted to we cleared out we cleared them out. We were going to I was just talking about Cassie Black before the show. We were going to maybe have her back on because her birthday is, I think, today or tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, just like Joe DeRosa's. Oh, you know what I want to show you? I'm going to go right now.
Please, yeah. He's getting up to get some kind of a visual aid. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm guessing it's something that has to do with Joe DeRosa. It's his spleen.
Hold on, here I come. So I got Joe DeRosa some birthday presents. So I thought I'd share with you guys. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but
oh no.
These are fentanyl strips for Joe's cocaine, so he can test cocaine.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it nice?
That's very nice.
There's only two. This only lasts him an hour.
Right.
So
he's got to test every bump. I think you test every
every 20 bag he buys from a one-legged.
You got to buy him. You got to buy in bulk
in one of his gay bars. And then I got another because he got a new house, and I got him this. It's not here yet. It's a metal sign that has two guns, and it says "Home owned by gun owner."
Oh, okay.
And then
it's a good idea.
Yeah, and then I got him.
Oh wow!
I love trans girls.
Wow.
It might be too big. If it's too big, we'll go medium. I'll have him try it on tomorrow.
It's nice. That looks like a nice.
And if that Shane Gillis comes up to me and goes, "Hey, can I put my name on the card?" I'm gonna go, "No."
Can I put my name on the card?
No, you can't, Shane Gillis. I hope your tire show gets canceled.
I like these scenarios that you create.
I know. With Shane Gillis, exactly. No.
Hey, do you mind if Post Malone and I jump on there?
No.
We wanted to. We didn't have time.
Yeah, why don't you guys go get Google face tattoos?
We didn't have time to stop at the duty free.
Yeah,
because we fly private.
I wonder how that went with Joe. I don't know if Joe went down to with the boys at the Shane Gillis show, and they all flew down privately to meet Post Malone and listen to some new tracks. What do you do?
His country album.
I said
it's a country album.
Is it really? Are you being serious? What do you do? You sit there and you go, "That's a banger. That's a banger.
That slaps.
Oh,
that one slaps.
What's that? A guitar?
That one slaps harder than the previous.
Is that a guitar you're using?
What is that? A slide guitar?
Yeah, just make dumb things. Exactly.
Probably Jelly Roll was there. Do you know Jelly Roll?
I'm familiar, but I don't.
I bet he was there.
Yeah, I bet.
Maybe the Hawk Chua girl was there because it was in Nashville, right?
Oh, yeah. Is she from Nashville?
She's from Tennessee, around Tennessee.
We can probably get her on the show, but not for like 3 months.
Right.
We got to let this run its course.
Right. Yeah. Let her do Bill Maher.
I think she already did Bill Maher.
I know.
Oh, okay.
It was like the most awkward clips ever.
Why did he? Do you think he? Okay. So,
I mean, I have the actual answer to this question. If I know what you're going to ask.
Let me ask the question and then you tell me the answer. Okay. How, maybe it's more of an open-ended question then. Okay. How involved do you think Bill Maher was in booking her? Or do you think he just like sits down and goes, "Who do we have on the show?" I don't know why he sounds like that, but I can't do it. Who do we have? New rule. Who do we have on the show today? Okay. Kind of like a Rich Voss. Okay.
You've heard
Kyle Dunnigan.
It's masterful.
It's masterful.
Bill Maher says it doesn't sound like him.
Yeah, well, by the way,
doesn't sound like me.
If that's not the most perfect Bill Maher response to an impression of Bill Maher, yeah,
you don't.
Yeah. So how do you know? How do you know?
Because I used to work. Well, one actually a producer that used to work for me. Weirdly, I don't know how this works out, but Bill Maher's producer worked with me on another project.
Okay.
That was LA based.
No, you're very plugged in.
And but I'm also like, how am I training you on this? And you're also Bill Maher's producer.
Well, you know.
I don't know how that works. LA is a different animal.
Yeah. Lateral move.
So I know his like technical producer, but then I also worked with his guy Chuck, who is like his guy, who is
like his personal
I call
assistant?
Johnny Hollywood.
Okay.
No, he's like the most Hollywood producer guy ever. But I guarantee you, Chuck was like, we got to get this Hawk Tuah girl on.
Okay. Do you think Chuck goes through, because Bill Maher famously loves prostitutes? Do you think he goes through Eros and like bookmarks the girls that he thinks Bill likes, and he like sends them that way? Bill doesn't have to go through all of them, because Bill Maher loves black girls.
Yeah, he loves and like that do porn and he likes sex workers, right?
Yeah, like sex workers.
I think he was in a relationship with like a pretty famous gal. I forget what her name was, but she was like a vivid girl.
Vanessa Del Rio. Just kidding. 80-year-old porn star for Puerto Rican porn star. So anyway, so you think his guy,
I guarantee you Chuck was like, we gotta, because he's
his Club Soda Kenny kind of thing was like
no, he's well, Club Soda Kenny's like the security, right?
Well,
this guy's like a mover and shaker. He knows everybody. He's like, I think he actually worked with Trump on The Apprentice.
Oh, wow. Well, I was saying, how much moving and shaking do you have to do to get the Hawk Tuah girl, though? It seems like it wouldn't be that.
Well, I don't mean that he needed to. I just mean like he's the kind of guy that would go, hey, this is who's hot right now. You got to do it. And Bill must have agreed to it for one reason or another.
Listen, I've got a face full of cunt juice, okay? I've been eating black ash.
Are you gonna spit? Are we gonna sit here and you're gonna spit on it?
Yeah. When it says
condom, I don't have all day, okay?
I saw CBJ, condom blowjob. Really? Let me take it off.
Really?
What are you gonna give me that I don't already have? Okay. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Well, I don't even know what she looks like. I heard she just look good for her. Who cares? Let everybody make their money. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? A bit of an update with my many vids thing. I know for those of you, maybe if you listened last week or not, but I'm going to LA the end of this month. I will have more details on that. I have a couple of kind of things that I can talk about, which will be good because it's good to talk on a podcast. But
sure, yeah.
It's very important. People otherwise just watch you sit here and just let's have some quiet time.
But can I just say really quick, because somebody said that they tried to super chat and it didn't work.
Oh, fuck.
We were having a little trouble. Okay. We were having a little trouble with the monetization.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably disabled this week or something.
Fuck. Sorry.
It'll be back. We had some verification trouble.
We did. And then we tried to fix it so many times that Google was like, you guys clearly are not who you say you are.
Yes.
So Adam had to sit on Google last night for like an hour at least, probably.
No, it wasn't. It was I had to put in the word, like I need to talk to somebody, and then I had to wait until tomorrow night to like actually jump on with them. But probably 20 minutes.
Because
they were very helpful, I will say.
They needed 2 forms of ID, which I have. And they needed a bill with my utility bill, which I also have. And you take pictures of that shit and you send it to them, and that should be enough. But apparently it wasn't. And I just kept resending it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Well, one of them was a passport, right? Did you submit a passport? Because it's about you're verifying address. So because that doesn't have an address on it.
No, sure it does. Passports have addresses.
It didn't. When I looked at it, it wasn't there.
Oh, fuck. Really?
So that could have been. I don't know. We're all over the place.
Okay, we are.
Anyway, so we're probably sorry, Spergenberg, but we'll have it. I probably have to like resubmit stuff.
But if you want to, we'll say whatever we'll say it. We'll
do
free super chats. Why not?
We're doing gratis this week.
Yeah, why not? What else are we gonna? We can't just say we're gonna do that and then not.
Oh, Chairman Meow says she charges $20,000 for an appearance. That's Haley Welsh, the Hawk Tuah girl.
That can't be a forever. That can't be a forever number.
I doubt it.
For $20,000, she better actually be spitting on it. Is she doing porn like
no,
the?
I don't think. Maybe she did Cash Me Outside.
Yeah,
I think she maybe has some kind of a OnlyFans.
You got to get in there immediately when it's hot. You got to be like, all right, 5 million, I fuck a dog. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta
go straight to
it.
Fuck your pet.
Yeah, I'll fuck a pet.
Holy
shit.
shit.
I will in an open coffin filled with 2 babies, but a regular size coffin. But they put 2 babies in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so many vids. So what happened was,
yes, please give
yeah,
us
it's very important.
How's
So,
the bi-curious couple?
Bi-curious Tony and his girlfriend.
By the way, I rarely toot my own horn, but I think last week's Patreon title was one of the best of all time.
Which was it?
It was bi-curious couple seeks tech support.
Oh, that's so great.
Pretty good.
That is really good.
Pretty good.
You're a lot
onion level.
I'll tell you this, and I don't really give you a lot of compliments because I don't want you to get
because it also makes me uncomfortable.
It really does. But you're a lot funnier than you need to be, and which is really a pleasure. It's nice. You know, it's not even, you make it look so easy. So that's really great. So anyway, so I went on ManyVids, and you go on and it says number of videos 0, number of pictures 0, and then just to like throw a little salt in the wound, it goes media 0. So what more would they have other than pictures and video? Like even some extra weird shit,
blog,
ASMR
article,
or something. I don't know. Like I don't know, but nothing. And then it shows up number of subs. They're too busy to write subscribers 1, and I know who the one person is. It's me. So I took another screenshot and I reached out to ManyVids, and they were like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to try and reach out to them." By the way, we're talking about $12.99, and it's not even recurring even, but they go, "We're going to reach out to them one more time. Let them make good on this." And I will say this too, because I'm sure I'm on ManyVids radar now. If you're going to allow people to create a space where they can have subscribers and have content, why don't you make sure that these people actually have content on there?
Right.
I want to see a guy.
May want to.
Yeah, like a little due diligence on your part, and you wouldn't have a frustrated, bi-curious 51-year-old man, you know, loading up your customer tech support with screenshots. And I know they're all in Delaware, and I know it because I keep thinking it's some major corporation. I'm starting to think it's just like it's like a 2-bedroom apartment in like in the Rehoboth Beach or something, and they're just like
ManyVid headquarters.
Yeah, because it's really ManyVids is really confusing. Because then I went on I'm like, let me check out ManyVids. I don't know.
It's a guy that's like drives Uber part-time.
Yeah, it's just a guy wearing different wigs. Hey, I'm Betty.
Hey,
I'm Betty. Join my club. You'll be the only one, and I won't do anything. But give me $13, all the same. So, but I typed
Hilarious.
in I typed in Christy Mack. I typed in Nicole Aniston. You know, all the stars that I enjoy.
We hit all the majors.
Yeah, and like I don't know how to even find the content in there. It's a mess, but I don't know. Hopefully they don't hear this and go, you know what, you're disparaging our product. We're not going to give you your $12.99 back. But there is a phone number. So if I don't hear, I'm going to call the phone number. I'm going to call
please,
because it's so funny. It says the phone number says Luz, Delaware, and I was born in Delaware, so I think we're going to have I think I'll get a little local consideration.
Get a little back and forth.
Yeah. We'll talk about how Wilmington,
like local cuisine or something.
I remember I was born in Wilmington, Delaware, and my mom a couple of years ago. My mom was visiting, and I was under the impression that the hospital that I was born in burned down. I don't know why I thought that. I just thought it burned down. And my mother we were at like a friend's apartment upstairs. My mother got so upset. She was like, "It did not." Yeah, I already told you about it. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not saying you burned it.
I think we looked it up on the show.
We did. We looked it up. Yeah, you're right. We're starting to do shit again and again over and over again. I know. Why stop now? But I know. Right. So it was just funny. So I think next time I see my mother, I'll be like, "Hey, do you remember that hospital burned down when I was born?"
It'd be hilarious if you just trolled your mom in real life,
or made like a fake newspaper from 1977. Yes. There's some doctor with a giant collared shirt. Like,
why do you suppose you thought it burned down?
For some reason, I thought I heard that. Yeah, I mean, look, I was born in Delaware, and I lived there until I was like 2, I think, and then we just went to Baltimore, where my whole family was from, anyway. So, like, only reason we were there is because my dad was at college, so that was it, getting a master's degree at the University of Delaware. What a scholar! Although I will say, University of Delaware is a school. Delaware State University is an all-black school.
Really?
Yep.
I bet they got great fraternities.
They do that
crazy step dance thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And they go down to Freaknik.
Yeah.
You know, you've heard of Freaknik.
I've heard of Freaknik. Yeah. I've been a couple decades.
I grew up right next to a school in Baltimore called Morgan State University, which is now called Morgan University. It's a historical black college. And, that's where Sherrod Small went, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
He's one of the illustrious alumni of Morgan State University. But I was amazed when I would because I would read when I was trying to get to college myself. I would read like the SAT scores and black colleges, the SAT scores. And I know I don't want to get really
right.
I don't Google to get in trouble here, but
somebody asked if we got demonetized.
Oh yeah, no, not yet. Not yet.
It wasn't for anything content. It was a clerical problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
But SATs, black schools.
No, they're really low. Like
they are.
Yeah, like Howard and Morgan and stuff. You can have a really low SAT, which I don't know what that even means or something. Or I think it's maybe to level the playing field. I don't know. But then the last time I was in Baltimore, I actually was I drove past because that area of Baltimore where I grew up is now very, let's just say probably a lot of Morgan State University students live in the neighborhood. When I was growing up, it was not like that. It was just like white trash. And so I was driving by Morgan State. They must have a lot of money because the whole, Morgan State is huge now. There's all these buildings everywhere. It's like a big school. Mm-hmm. They call it Morgan University. Kind of like Towson State University is now called Towson University.
Well, they got that whole Sherrod Small wing.
They did. The Sherrod Small Amphitheater.
Memorial Library.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Sherrod Small School of Crowd Work.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. 4 minutes of material he's been doing for 30 years. Yeah, exactly. Oh, boy. So that's Joe DeRosa. So tomorrow night is Joe's. I know we try to make the shows evergreen, but that's tomorrow's Joe's party at various locations. Starts at 3:00 somewhere. And then the end of this month. And then I have an interesting thing. So as you know, every year we do Laugh for Sight, which is the benefit at Gotham, and it usually is hosted by Robert Klein, which is, for some reason, I hope his health he's not around. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
how
old is Robert Klein?
82.
Oh, all right. So he's to Google it.
No, I'm in the middle of all this right now, or it's the end of it now. It's in, but he's, he does it every year because Brian Fischler, his dad, was good friends with Robert Klein, and he supports this thing. And we raise like $35,000 or something.
Sure.
It's some money. I don't know. We take a nice cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of blind, so I'm the charity.
Yeah.
This year we're raising money for veneers. that's the charity here. Big white chiclet teeth.
Yeah, big white Kanye West teeth.
No. So anyway, the point is that Robert Klein is not around. So we are swapping out one old Jew for another old Jew. So we have Louis Black this year.
Really? Oh, fun.
It should be fun.
Oh,
Louis
he's
Black.
so grouchy.
Oh,
he's going to yell at all the blind people.
He's 75. So
is he?
Yeah, but he doesn't live far from. I've heard he's a super nice guy. Brian just told me yesterday. He's like, Louis Black is doing it. I think.
Man, I haven't seen him out in years. He used to be all over Comedy Central.
Yes.
I guess Comedy Central is not really a thing anymore. So maybe that probably has something to do with it.
He did his daily show and show up in I loved it. And he's very funny.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's funny. I mean, I wonder if he's going to do any political stuff. Do you think? Yeah. So anyway, and I'll have more details on that as we get closer to. And then I think Adam Ferrara is also going to be doing the show, but that one I'm not quite entirely sure of. And when I'm in Los Angeles, I will be doing Eddie If's podcast. So that is official. Official in that
it's on the books.
It's on the books. So
it looks like he's bringing it back with you.
One night only. Yes. One night only. We've rented.
As I looked in, I was like, he hasn't posted anything since
we rented out
last February.
We rented out the Hollywood Bowl.
I'm just concerned it's a trap, and he's going to human traffic you.
I would be amenable to that.
Or maybe
can't traffic
sell your organs.
Yeah, can't traffic the willing. Oh, speaking of which, I've been selling some Nazi paraphernalia online. That's been interesting. So,
were you able to unload that belt buckle that you showed Howard and I last week?
Here's what I did. So for those of you, I had this belt buckle and it has a big swastika in the middle of it. And it's been sitting in my drawer. And I was like, let me just get rid of this thing. But it's made of aluminum and I get stares when I wear it with shorts, or lederhosen actually. I say lederhosen has suspenders. You wouldn't have to wear a belt. But anyway,
it's a nice touch though.
It is. And the the swastika on the belt is actually from the National Labor Front. So it's like the Nazi Union. So it's not technically even like I mean, I'm sure they're not thrilled about Jews, but it's not like you're an SS or something. You know what I mean?
They're on the fence.
Yeah, they're like, look, we got it.
They don't feel like they should be wiped out.
They're saying we go where the wind blows.
Keep them out of our country clubs.
Yeah,
they think
right.
They would say,
or at least out of our labor unions, or anything like that. So anyway, so the belt buckle was there, and I put it on eBay, and I was immediately flagged on eBay because apparently you cannot have something with a swastika on it on eBay. So I reached out to my long-suffering children, and I said, hey, here's a photograph Daddy took of a belt buckle that he has. Any chance you girls could just sort of blur out the swastika in the middle of it? And they're good. They did it immediately.
But what isn't that kind of the selling point? Because otherwise it's just like an aluminum.
Here's what you do.
Belt buckle.
I looked into swastika blurring.
Oh, you were able to just do like a
it was like a soft focus swastika.
Just like a 20%.
It
still has an illusion.
You can definitely see it through the mist of time. You can see. So, and what we did is two of the little like arm things, they're obscure. You can tell it's a swastika, but I figured if you just kind of like, if you just showed eBay you're trying to hide it a little bit, I figured they would like get it, like give you a pass. But also, and I maintain, like, what if you just had something that had a swastika on it, but it said Hitler is bad with a swastika on it?
That guy's a real jerk.
Yeah. And it has a swastika on it. You're not allowed to sell that. Like, how do they?
I'm anti.
I'm not advocating for national
swastika with a circle and a line to it.
Yeah, or swastika, and then in little letters.
Maybe the listing on your belt buckle says, "Get this out of here. I'm tired of looking at it. I can't. It makes me sick."
Yeah, or I have the swastika, and then lower right, I just write "not." That could be something. So anyway, but then we obscured all of it. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just I won't even deal with eBay. So I just went on. I've been using AI on Google, and I said I'm interested in selling a swastika belt buckle. How would I sell that? And immediately the military, came up, and these guys always have. By the way, these guys that have these websites, they always have names like Bill Schiller. It's always like a very like American German sounding name, William Hockler. And and so
Adam
Hineker. Yeah, exactly.
I'm on there.
Yeah. So I went on, and they make it just says like selling in a big, like one of those Angel Fire websites from like 1998, and you click on it. And I think I was going to put it on eBay for $200 because that was kind of what I surmised how much it would be worth.
Okay.
And I clicked on it. I put the name of the thing in the subject, and I said, and I just wrote, got to get rid of this super quick. They're at the door.
Wife's coming home.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
CPS is at the door.
Yeah. Tired of stairs at the grocery store. This isn't my America. AMERIKKKA. No, I just said, hey, have a belt buckle. Here are some photographs. But these photographs, I'm like, I'm going to let them see the swastika. It's a real selling point.
Oh, I mean, I think, that's where you're able to really.
Yeah. So I sent the guy picture, sent it away. Within 5 minutes, I got a response. I'm sure he has some sort of notification. He's like, he probably spit out his bratwurst and like ran to where the Wi-Fi is. He ran out of his bunker. Right. Helen.
Up. Yeah. 2 flights.
Yeah. 2 flights. Yes.
Helen.
We've got a live one. And the guy goes, hi, Brian. I'm interested in your belt buckle. It's all business, but interested in your belt buckle.
No chit chat.
$100, $10 for shipping. And I responded, and I said, well, this sounds like the final solution. LOL. No, I didn't say that, but I just said, I know, right? I said, all right, cool. I literally said, cool. I said, let me sit on that for a night and talk to you tomorrow morning. Sig Heil. No, I didn't say that. I said, thanks, Brian. And that was it. And then the guy actually said on his website next to selling, he goes, feel free to reach out to other military, blah, 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 because they will, you'll notice that my prices are like the best or something. So I found another guy immediately under that site, same kind of like, American German sounding name. And I emailed that guy. And this time though, I played a little hardball. I sent him the belt buckle picture within 5 minutes, same kind of thing. He gets back to me and he goes, what do you want for it? ? Not even like a hello or a hi or a Guten Morgen.
Right. Heil victory.
Yeah, exactly. Stay out of Russia in the winter. So I just responded and I said, I said, I will part with this family. I had a little fun with this time. I said, I will part with this family heirloom for $150 plus $20 for shipping. And he just responded immediately, I'm going to pass. So then I'm like, you know, who cares? So I went back to Bill. I waited a day. And when I did the social media crap this morning, I hit Bill back again.
Sure.
And I said, this is your lucky day. I said, I will sell you this belt buckle. So that's it. I don't know.
Okay. Did you respond yet?
Not yet.
Locked in?
I just checked it a half an hour ago, and I haven't read back. I don't know what part of the country he's in.
Feel a lot better if we could lock this in.
Yeah, this money's coming. Can't come soon enough. So, you know, got college tuition to pay.
Right.
Just need another $49,900 for 1 year of whatever dumb school we're gonna have to send these kids to. So anyway, so that's what's happening. But I will tell you what's interesting is because you know you can do a thing on Google now where, like, I had the picture in my photos and you can just put the photo in the search, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of reproduction. You got to really be careful. You don't want to get a reproduction Nazi swastika belt buckle because they make, and those are like, because the first one I saw, I was like $25. Fuck that. Ooh. And then it says repro.
Yeah, you can just get those at Target.
Yeah, there's a whole section.
You know, next to the vintage Jimi Hendrix T-shirts and stuff, all the reproduction stuff.
I'm like, concentration camp lamp. Is this real human skin or is it Chihuahua? They're like, it's Chihuahua. I'm like, well, no wonder it's so cheap. Excuse me, this tooth necklace, are these real teeth? No, they're made of cubic zirconium. So fuck. Well, no wonder
they're ivory.
Yeah, no wonder it's only $100. Yeah, farmed ivory. A friend of my wife's friend is getting married, and they're getting lab diamonds. They're putting which
I know that you found. It's tricky because a lot of women don't want diamonds now. They want lab diamonds.
Well,
because it's, you know,
diamonds are a girl's best friend. I don't know.
But isn't there like an ethical real diamond?
Yes, very much so. But
where?
Those are super
because when you look,
they give African men with shovels and pickaxes, like in Snow White, but not white. But no, they there are Rwanda, I know, is where they pull a lot of diamonds out of the ground. And look, the whole industry is, even if you took the whole human element of the danger and the environmental, you know, it's very bad to go in for blow holes in mountains in the jungle for diamonds. And all that. I mean, I do get it. Yeah. I understand. But a lab diamond to me, I got very lucky because, you know,
you didn't have to.
No, I didn't deal with any of that shit. I just Jocelyn wears a decoder ring from
wasn't it like your grandma's or something? It was.
She almost woke up taking up her finger. Like, is it time to go? I said, Grandma, shh, it's okay, I'm an angel. Grandma, I'm an angel. Mm-hmm. I had to lick her finger to pull it off. I couldn't lick my own fingers. I had to get in it. I put my finger in between her finger and the ring. She was all I could hear was the beeping of the machines. Yeah. I paid the nurses $10 and a carton of Newports to go the other way. No. So here's the thing. I don't know much about these lab diamonds, but I do know that, like, I have a friend in the diamond business, and he's like, lab diamonds are fucking corny as fuck. And I would imagine I think your only real.
There's also a guy in the diamond business.
Yeah, it's just a bread and butter. I know. Good point.
I wonder if he's got any kind of vested interest in this.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you're not going to go with your traditional blood diamond, let's call them mind diamond. If you're not going to go with a mind diamond, then don't have a diamond at all. Just get some sort of.
Right. I feel like I had a friend that went like a completely opposite, like some kind of weird stone.
Yeah.
But it was like not.
Yes.
It was like a ruby or something.
And by the way, all of these stones and metals and things like that, you got to pull them out of the ground anyway. Like, there's no one's there. I don't think there's any environmentally safe way.
What about the lab ones? I mean, it implies that it was created.
Yeah, but they still have to go into a gold.
Ring for the metal.
I mean, at a certain point, I don't know. Like, I get it, but I think like getting a lab diamond, it just sounds like marketing to me, and I don't, have a dog in that hunt.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It works.
But I wonder if somebody's going to be like, look how big my diamond is. And you go, oh, that's nice. And then
because you can get a gigantic one for like $1,000.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does then that person, like if somebody goes, look at my big diamond, does that person then have the responsibility to go, it is really big, but it's a lab diamond?
Well, I think here's the thing is I think anybody that does that will automatically volunteer that information because they're like ethically against the diamond thing. I don't know enough about it. Like I don't know enough about
sounds like you should
the cruelty.
Oh yeah,
it's very, I don't know enough about the industry. I know it's apparently bad because
they send like children into the mine. Okay. When you think of diamond mine in Africa, I mean it sounds as bad as it, it's like it's not. I just, I picture like orcs and Mordor and, like Saruman is there. And,
but somebody's got to come in and disrupt that industry then, because I'm sure it's not that simple, but
yeah, good luck.
But it doesn't seem like lab diamond would be the answer.
Again, the person who just don't either go with the traditional thing or make a hard
with you.
or make a hard left. I don't know, like why.
I've had a couple of friends go hard left and I didn't even know that was why, but then I was told like it's because they're
well then like don't support that genre. You know what I mean? Like if you're not going to do it, then don't even
like it's like fake meat. I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I do know that there are, like for example, like at Tiffany. Like all of their diamonds they have to go through a process of like being like sustainable and ethical.
Gotcha. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Can't you just go like, it probably costs you more money.
A lot more expensive. Yeah, exactly.
But then you don't buy as big of a stone.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then you can feel good about it.
I always said when I got married, I would never have married someone who was like when friends of mine would be like, oh, we had to go. We're going like ring shopping. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, fuck off. I wouldn't marry a woman who wanted to go ring shopping.
No, I've had a few women like go, just in case you ever were wondering,
right?
This is what I would want. That's all. I've had people say that.
Yeah.
Women. I said people.
I would
say curious young men.
Yeah. I would go, look, you're getting a barbed wire tattoo and that's it. That's all you're getting from me. And it's going to have my name written in the barbed wire. It's going to say forever, EVA.
Forever.
Yeah, but I don't know. The whole thing seems really like, my wife had another friend and they got married. Of course, they got divorced because that's how that goes. And
she was up his ass during the process of buying a ring.
Well, no, they came to New York and they had gotten engaged and they had a whole, like the whole idea was to come to New York to go like diamond shopping.
Sure.
And it's just like
that whole district.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Would you like a Pellegrino? We're here. We've got to close early. It's Friday. Right. Hello. Look, let me just wash the cartilage off these diamonds. They're bloody as hell. This is excuse me, are those children's fingernails embedded in these diamonds? You put them in the top rack of the dishwasher. It rolls right off. Blood diamond. These are the organ diamonds. Like you wish there's only blood on these.
The Nigerian children are still attached to them.
That's placenta. Right. We throw newborn babies down holes and we just drag them back up with the umbilical cords covered in diamonds. But yeah, they go, oh, we're coming to New York to go like diamond shopping. It's like, oh, fuck off. Ugh, sounds so boring.
I used to you'll hate this.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I used to work with a lady. I produced her show, but she was a proposal expert.
Oh boy.
And she would basically work with typically wealthy guys from other countries and or other states that would come to New York, and she would like orchestrate these grand proposals and stuff, and I think that's kind of in the same category as I bet most of these marriages did not pan out.
No. Well, do you remember, I don't know if it's a thing still, but for a while there were those people that were doing these like elaborate like proposal videos and then putting them on like social media, like they would do like I just remember this one, and it was a couple, and it was like this guy, and they look like a really dorky couple. This is a guy, by the way, who has half of a stormtrooper costume over there in the living room. So, but there was like it was like the girl, the whole thing was like all the different friends say, I want to marry you. There's that song, it's a song about getting married. And it's like the girl was, it was like he took her on like a journey with their friends and family, and everyone was in on it. And at the very end, he like popped out of like a basket and with their shelter dog under his arm. And I'm just like, oh, it's way too much. And like the guy that did that, this looks like really controlling and just weird.
That's like full on love bombing.
Yeah.
That's just like a
yeah.
continuation of.
The only thing is bad too. And by the way, this is just our opinion. So if you've done all this, I mean, sorry, but it's fine. I'm sure
none of our people have done this.
Yeah, I'm sure yours are great. Yours was great. Right. But those people that do like those big choreographed dances for like
a flash mob
when they come down the aisle. You know what I mean? Like when you come down and you're a groomsman and we all start like doing like putting on the Ritz or something. Sure. It's just like, God,
doing like a swing revival at my wedding.
Yeah. You guys remember the Cherry Poppin' Daddies? Why are they here? Why are the Cherry Poppin' Daddies here?
What's Brian Setzer got to do with this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, he went to school with Brian Seltzer. Anybody want to seltzer water? He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, no, I'm also like opposite end of the spectrum of I could never imagine. I mean, I don't know how you proposed, but I'm sure I don't think that you did anything public, right?
No, I probably had one of the worst proposals in history. I
feel literally like we talked about this years ago with Mike Sachs in your old
oh my God,
Brooklyn apartment.
That's a long time
but
ago.
Remind me.
Okay, what it was I had the ring from my grandmother, and by the way, she gave it to me. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right,
you didn't,
and she really liked
smother her.
Yeah,
she didn't really drug her.
She really liked
Trinidadian.
She brought me in close, and she goes, "I'm just glad it's a girl finally."
Right,
you little faggot.
Yes.
Take this ring.
And she threw it at you.
But she was so feeble that it got caught in a bunch of cables and wires.
Like Mr. Burns.
Yeah. Yes. Right. She goes, pick it up with your mouth, you pussy.
Oh shit.
Mean as a snake. Mean as a corn snake. But no. So I had the ring, and I only had it for like a week or so. And actually, wait, was your grandma really alive at the time, or yes?
Had she passed? So I
will tell you the story. If my mother hears this, she's going to get upset because God forbid, everything's got to be.
Oh, your
mother. No, like so the way it went. My grandmother. I don't remember how involved my mother was, but I think my grandmother was like, I want to give you my ring because I wanted to propose to Jocelyn.
So that's nice.
Very nice. My grandmother and I
were very nice.
My grandmother and I were very close. My grandmother was like, I would go to her house and stuff.
And this is school. Your mom's mother?
Yes.
Okay.
And
interesting.
Yes. And Jocelyn had met my grandmother many times and was always like instrumental in making sure that my grandmother got like cards for her birthday, like all that, even before we were like married, when we were just boyfriend, girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother really liked Jocelyn. And so she said, take the ring. So I said, all right. So I told my grandmother, I said, what I'll do is, and she was living in a nursing home. And I said, I will come down to the nursing home. I'll pick you up. She was like 90 plus, right? And I said, I'll pick you up and I'll take you to an Italian restaurant and we'll eat. And you give me the ring and we'll check out. And then somehow my stepfather and my half brother, so I don't remember how, but all of a sudden they were also involved. They were there too. When I drove down to Baltimore, it's about 3.5 hour drive, 4 hour drive to New York. I picked her up, went to this restaurant, got the ring, had dinner, or lunch rather. And then I put her in the car and went back. And on the way back, she got car sick and she like threw up a little bit. And then apparently like that was the last time she ever like left the nursing home. Like,
wow.
Because it was like she was.
I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, grandma's puking up her gelato. So, yeah, we had to like pull up front, and she was. I mean, it was right. I mean,
turns out you didn't even need to poison her.
Yeah,
she was going to give you the ring.
I was like, it seems like overkill to break her arm. Give me that fucking ring.
Give me that ring, you old bag.
Yeah, exactly. Who are you going to marry again? What are you going to do with it? Get buried
I'm
with
assuming she was a widow.
Yeah, what are you, King Tut? You going to get buried with this thing? Yeah, and her husband had passed away a long time ago. So, but she had suitors after that. Oh, blah, blah. Oh yeah, Mr. Harry.
I feel like it's an interesting, like, because you can go grandma's ring, but you can't go mom's ring. I don't think. Can you go mom's ring?
That seems a little incestuous.
I might have one of those. I could probably get a hold of.
Oh yeah, your mom is. Yeah, she doesn't want anything to do with that thing
anymore. I mean, I don't know.
She can melt it down. She make it into a cock ring for her new boyfriend.
Oh,
here, put this on.
But it's just interesting. So anyway, so you get the ring.
So I got the ring and I go home and I had it for like a week or so.
And just in the nick of time, you got the ring. Sounds like.
Well, yeah. And then Jocelyn was training for the marathon with her friend Victoria, and they had just come back from a big run. And we lived right off of Central Park on 72nd Street. And they were back. And I just had the ring, and I had a ring for like 2 weeks. So I just was like, Victoria was in the other room. And I said to Jocelyn, I was like, hey, if I ask you to marry me, would you say yes? I mean, is that the lamest proposal you've ever heard in your life? And she goes, yes, I would. And I said, all right, I'll be right back. And,
wow.
Yeah. And I went and I got the ring.
Because I could see you laying the groundwork and then going, okay, I'm going to plan some sort of proproposal now.
Yeah, but that seems like you got to just do it right
for it.
Yeah, got to go right then and there. Because
you got to go there.
Look, I'm not saying that I did the right thing. Right. I'm just saying that like then it would almost be weird to be like, oh, I'll keep that in mind. Well, like I was like, if she's gonna say yes and I have the ring, what are we waiting for? Let's just, what am I gonna do? Swing out of a tree like Tarzan or something? Or,
this is what I would say. And I, by all means, I got no issue with this.
Go ahead.
I would say just knowing your personality, you're pulling stunts all the time.
I agree.
I guess I would have thought you would do something. I'm glad you didn't.
Yes. I like to think
but I could see you pulling some kind of a stunt.
I do have I do have intermittent periods of common sense, that will kind of, and, so this, I had like
maybe when it's stuff that matters.
Yeah. I had like a normal flare up. Plus also you and I are kind of similar in that when it's something that's actual, like real, like marriage,
sure.
I get like skeezes me out,
Yeah. I would not want to do, I would, I could see doing it on vacation or something like that, like planning a trip and then doing it, but never anything public and never anything like, because then I feel like it's like about you.
Exactly.
And it's like, it's not about us. We don't give a fuck.
Right. We don't
like,
give a fuck.
I'll just live in the same apartment with you forever.
Exactly. Yeah. We go to a nice restaurant. You're like, be careful when you eat that ziti. There's a ring in there. Be careful.
Yes.
There's a ring in the bottom of the ziti. Remember my grandmother's ring? It's in the ziti. Anyway,
it's been in there since we had lunch.
Anyway, let's go home and fuck. You gonna say yes? Here, get the ring out of the ziti, and then you can shit it. Then you can eat the ziti. Don't worry. I washed. Doesn't have old lady skin on it. Like, I washed the ring.
It's just a prank.
Don't worry. That's right. There you go, honey. All right. Will you be mine?
Oh, whatever.
Whatever. Go ahead. I take you to be my lawfully wedded bride. Whatever.
Well, but so you went. You said, if I propose, would you? So you went and got the ring, and then you, in some way, presented. Did you get on one knee?
Oh yeah. I did.
As long as you got on one knee.
But her friend Victoria was like right there, and everyone. It was. Look, ultimately, it was very on brand, and it was like
a little impromptu engagement party because you want, like, a lot of times.
Yes.
They'll invite people to, because like the guy knows that it's happening, so then they'll like let the friends and family know, and then they come, then they take pictures or whatever. So it's kind of like, she had her pal there.
I could be right or wrong about this, but I don't think they usually take pictures of the proposal. I feel like that seems like an odd. Maybe because
the lady that I know,
right.
She started out as a proposal photographer.
Oh my God.
And an engagement photographer. And then she became a consultant. I will say the one thing that's interesting about this lady is she works as a consultant, and she like gets to know the guy and the vibe of the relationship. Right. And sometimes she does say, I can't, like, this is not a good idea. I cannot ethically, like, if she thinks it's not a good, like, if she thinks a guy's fucking weird and like it's wrong, she will go, I don't think that you're quite ready.
Yeah,
to do this.
She sits down with him and she's like, so what are your ideas? And he's like, remember Silence of the Lambs where she fell down that hole? I feel like I'll put the ring in a hole and I'll throw a dog down there, and there'll be like Kentucky Fried Chicken bones, and the ring will be tied to a Kentucky Fried Chicken. But then we'll pull her out and we'll hose her off, and I'll be like, it's me. I'm not Buffalo Bill. Right. And then we'll all laugh, and then her parents will come out of the other room. Mm-hmm. No, it's not going to work.
Not going to.
Right. Yeah. I think it's going to be 9/11 themed where, No, I don't know. Yeah, well, it's also the kind of thing where, and we had an engagement party, and like, but like, I didn't like ask her dad to be. What was it?
Right.
We'd been together for 5 years.
Yeah, I think about that. If I should do that, if I were to get engaged, would I? I think I probably would. My girlfriend's dad's very cool, so he's a jazz musician.
Yeah,
Hepcat.
Yeah. About time you put a ring on this skiddly boop bop doo bop bop. Yeah. Boop bop bop. Hey, man, you've been cool as a cucumber all these many years.
I will say, part of me does kind of want to, if for no other reason, get married just so our dads can meet.
Okay.
Someday, because I think it would be the funniest thing. It would be like a buddy.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
It'd be like it literally would be the whitest guy and the blackest guy.
Okay.
Interacting. And I mean, her dad played street ball.
Okay.
He was like a street ball champion and is like a jazz pianist and like grew up in Queens. I mean, like, my dad is from rural Minnesota.
Yeah. Your dad's just trying to connect. He's like, I got to tell you, I think slavery's a real bummer. I think that whole
I think my dad had a bolo tie at one point.
So, do you know a lot of basketball players? You must go. Why do you listen? You're in church for 8 hours on Sunday. What do you do there? I want to take me to one of your picnics.
Right. You're actually weirdly making him less white.
Okay.
My dad is like the quiet, stoic German farm guy, like from like a Prairie Home Companion.
Okay.
My dad's the kind of guy that Garrison Keillor writes stories about.
Okay. Like Wobegon.
Yes. Like my aunt, Rebecca's rhubarb pie.
Okay, right.
Like
was a warm autumn day in Lake Wobegon today. Why, most of the trees' leaves haven't changed yet. Didn't he get canceled?
Yeah, I think he like
fingered a bunch of
God bless.
Yeah. This is my last show on Lake Wobegon days because these whores can't keep their mouths shut. Apparently, you can't finger a 7-year-old girl anymore and have people get away with it. Well,
I think he kind of quietly resigned.
I'm moving to Cambodia, where my proclivities are not so encumbered by your judgmental ways.
If Garrison Keillor became a Filipino sex tourist, that maybe would be the greatest.
He's
thing
like he like runs a tour group with Gary Glitter. Just Gary
Glitter.
Yeah, remember Gary Glitter?
Like, isn't he like the gay?
No, Gary Glitter was the guy the English guy who moved to Thailand, and he was to escape sex charges.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's Gary Glitter. Yeah. Oh wow!
Look up Gary Glitter pedophile.
I'm thinking of
I don't know who you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of like another guy,
Gary Oldman from Dracula.
No, another Glitter that does. He's like a gay song parody guy or something.
No, Gary Glitter from the United Kingdom. He did the hey oh
Gotcha.
He was arrested in England, and I think they extradited him finally. But he left England and moved to Thailand or Cambodia, whatever it is, and continued his lifestyle away from the prying eyes of the crown, and did his thing. And then I think he got caught. Are you finding it?
No, I mean I already looked that up. Now I'm just trying to figure out who I'm thinking of.
But hold on, look up Gary Glitter and see if you don't mind.
I got him.
Where is he now? Or give me a little Wikipedia.
I mean, I don't know if it'll say or not. I can pull. I'll pull up his Wikipedia.
I don't mean address.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Let's see.
Yeah,
the wiki Gary Glitter. Oh, he kind of has like a weird Elvis-y look to him.
Yeah.
He was also convicted of child sexual abuse in 2006. Let's see. Let's.
Because I know he was convicted.
So he's from Oxfordshire, England, but I'm trying to think of where he.
Because I know
where he, I don't.
Well, he ended up going to South Asia and kind of hiding in plain sight, and then finally
maybe under personal life, maybe that would be. I don't know.
Well, I mean.
Oh, no.
Awesome personal life, maybe. Dream Maker. Is there a tab for Dream Maker?
Glitter was admitted to our hospital with acute diarrhea.
Oh,
he's dying of diarrhea.
Nothing's cute about diarrhea.
So there's a heading for sexual offenses.
Okay. Oh, cool. I've eaten so much young girl cunny, my tummy's weird. I got the collie wobbles.
Okay, here we go. Fled on his yacht to Spain. He lived in Grande in Andalusia. Is
Sure.
that in?
Yep.
Yep. And then Cambodia.
Okay.
He moved to Cuba and later Cambodia.
Yeah. Just kind of floated around.
Mm-hmm.
Just try. Just
he was deported from Cambodia to Thailand on a flight to Bangkok.
Oh, okay. It's all checking out.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Oh, let me see.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I believe he's still. No, he's 80.
It's 80,
but he's living, still kicking,
and he's in jail now, probably. I think.
Yeah,
He's probably got picked up finally. Yeah. Well, Garrison Keillor, I don't know. So anyway, so getting back to the quick story about my engagement party, which is kind of funny. So, and again, like 5 years, we've been together for 5 years. So I didn't feel like, and plus, like at the time I already knew my father-in-law, or my going to be father-in-law. And like, it would have made him uncomfortable if I was like, Dave, I want to marry you. Like it just seems It seems like a little. But
you're very cool. You guys have a good relationship.
Oh yeah, he's
right?
great. We're great.
He's like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. He's the best. But also like I wouldn't have. He'd already, we'd already been on like vacations together. Joss and I lived together. It was like, it wasn't like I was a known quantity for better or for worse.
Sure.
So anyway, so then we had an engagement party, and because we were going to get married in the Caribbean. We had a Caribbean themed party. We had a steel drum band, I think, at the house. No, we did not have one of them, but we had like, Caribbean food, and then all of my friends from New York, because it was at her mom and dad's house in New Jersey. So we rented one of those motor coaches, right? With like 50 people on it. And I told all of my friends, I said, all right, listen. You're coming out to New Jersey, okay? No drugs, okay? Please, no drugs. Everyone agree. Everyone was like, oh man, all right.
Batting you down.
Yeah, already. But you're changing, man.
Before you get in the Winnebago.
So as people are getting on, my one friend was getting on the bus, and he just has a platter.
All their drugs.
Yeah, they're all doing all their drugs in the bathroom. And he had a platter in front of him, and he's carrying this platter. And I stopped him, and I said, what is that? And he goes, they're
platter.
He goes, they're brownies. And I said, well, what kind of brownies?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, they're hash brownies. And I said, I told you no, Jerry. Well, it's not really drugs. He goes, they're just hash brownies. And I said, all right, do me a favor. Just leave them on the bus. Okay. So give them out to people on the bus, and you can share them on the bus, but don't bring the platter into the house. Can we just agree on that? And he was like, yeah, okay, fine. So get to the party because there's 50 people there. There were also people from, my wife's family, and some of my mom was there, my stepfather, some other people were there. So it was kind of like, it was, 50 of them, about 100 plus people, maybe 125 people. And so at a certain point, my wife's aunt comes over to me, who is, I don't know her. I mean, I know her, but she goes, Brian, there's pot brownies at this party. I was like, oh fuck. So I went to my friend, and I went over.
Was that Cecilia?
No, it was my
your friend's aunt. You said
no, it was
your aunt.
Jocelyn's aunt.
Oh,
so
I figured it was Cecilia.
That would have been fine. I mean, it was So she comes over, and she was like, can you get me a pot brownie? And I was like, fuck. So I went to my friend, and I'm like, did you bring him in the house? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why? You didn't listen to me at all. You just did whatever you wanted to do. So I got her a pot brownie, gave it to her, and then of course I ate one myself, and then we had pot brownies at the party. But then I will say to anybody who, if you're listening and you're thinking about getting engaged, once you get engaged, enjoy that year of engagement, because it is kind of a fun year. Everyone's happy for you. You get like a party here, a party there. Just kind of relax and have that year. Enjoy the anticipation, because the wedding is kind of like the anticlimax. I mean, it was great. It was fun. It was all wonderful. But like, the year of the engagement was it should be a very happy time. Although I will tell you, my wife sells weddings, and like, you hear horror stories of like people with money and people feeling slighted and not being part of it, or not, or wanting too much of a say in things. And luckily we didn't have any of that shit. There was a little bit of nonsense on my side, of course. Why wouldn't there be? But but largely the engagement year can be a lot of fun. So there you go, if you're going to do it. But and remember, it's only for men and women. Okay, that's it. We're not. It's you gays.
And here's the thing, because if same gender people do it, it actually, I don't know if you know this, but it actually takes away from your sacred union.
Oh yeah, and an angel loses their wings every time.
But it just makes it mean less.
Yeah. Like I'll heckle. I'll go, you can't even, who's going to have the baby?
2 grooms.
Whoa. What kind of cake
What is this, a Men's Warehouse?
Yeah. What is this a chocolate cake or a cake made of turds?
You ever been to a gay wedding?
Have I ever been to a gay wedding? No.
Okay.
I think
I went to one gay wedding reception.
Okay. Yeah. Was it fun?
I believe I was working. I was like doing sound, live sound.
Oh, okay.
But it was, I mean, it seemed kind of fun. I feel like you'd be a guy that's been to like a couple of lesbian weddings or something.
Well, I will tell you, we were at a wedding. My wife's friend got married, and we were at a wedding, and we were standing during the vows. Jocelyn and I were standing behind a gay couple that were on ecstasy.
Okay.
During the ceremony, and they were like and I didn't even know them. I just went to Jocelyn, and I'm like, these two are rolling their faces off because the one guy was like chewing the other guy's ear, and he's going, "We should do this," and they were like sweaty. And sure enough, like half an hour after the ceremony, I went up to the two of them. I'm like, you guys like on ecstasy? And they were like, can you tell? They're like chugging tap water and like sweating, and like their pupils are dilated. I was like, these guys are great. So no. And my uncle, my gay uncle got married to his long-term partner, but because my father was going to be there, and my father and I don't talk to each other. I didn't go to the wedding. And those guys were already like kind of no fun about it. It was like, I remember we got the invitation, and it was like on the invitation, it was like a candle with like 2 flames, and it was like a rainbow candle. I was like, all right, everybody, take it easy.
I thought you said they were no fun.
Like they were a little like our commitment ceremony of love. And, like, I was like, all right, fine. If I go to a gay wedding and someone's not wearing a wedding dress, I feel like
you want it to be like you want there to be like a drag bride.
I want there some fun. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Now we can have sex. Just kidding.
Right.
You know what we've been up to, everybody. Both the fathers are like sobbing into like football jerseys. Yeah. It's just like, yeah. Yeah. Just. All the food is like phallic themed. It's all like big, thick hot dogs.
Yeah, you want sad parents, drag groom.
Yes. There's a big bowl of prep just in the middle of the party, so in case so no one gets AIDS.
You basically want it to be a bachelorette party.
Yeah, I want it to be like every stereotype of gay people.
Yeah,
right. They have a Paul Lynde impersonator. Yeah, exactly.
Impersonator.
Yeah. Hi. Well. If this is the party, I'll put my dick in the mashed potatoes. Okay. I give it 2 hours, everybody. Woo! Rip Torn is throwing confetti.
Yeah, just everybody from it's Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
The code check is Hollywood Squares.
Yeah. Carol, and right, exactly. Instead of popping champagne, it's just poppers. Everyone's just doing amyl nitrate. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Clean fun.
By the way, did you happen to watch Halston on Netflix?
I don't believe I did. That sounds familiar. What is that? What is Halston?
It's from a couple of years ago. It's Ewan McGregor plays Halston, who is the designer from the early 70s who like invented Ultra Suede. And it's all about like it is the gayest thing you'll ever. There's more. Ewan McGregor is getting butt fucked like every 15 minutes in this thing, and he's like, and it's like he's from Indiana, but he gives this very weird New York effect, and he's like, darling, and he wears foundation, and he has this boyfriend named Victor Hugo, and Victor Hugo's got this huge cock, and he's like, do you only love me because I'm a rent boy? You want to suck this big cock, you faggot? And they just fuck each other. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. I watched it like 2 years ago. And then Jocelyn and I we finished House of Dragons. And I was like, I bet you're going to like Halston. So we're watching it now. But if anyone's listening and you have Netflix and you haven't watched Halston yet, I mean, it's like a whole episode where he goes down to the docks. There's this, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but there's this great scene where Halston becomes an incredible success story because he enters this competition where all of the famous European designers like Oscar de la Renta and Bill Blass, and Halston's sort of like the young upstart, and he wins this Versailles Best Designer of the Year thing, and it launches his career. So then, like a year later, the company that kind of buys Halston, they go, we want to do a Halston fragrance. So he meets with this woman who is a parfumerie person.
Right.
And she brings all these little sticks and she's like, and he's smelling them. And then he smells one and she goes, what does this remind you of? And he goes, it reminds me of my father. And he starts sobbing about it. And he has like a big breakdown. And the woman goes, the smell, I can't speak anymore. The olfactory, how do you say that word? Olfactory gland.
I don't know what word you're trying to say.
Olfactory. The sense of
olfactory?
Smell. Yes. Thank you.
I don't even know. I don't think I've ever heard that word.
Well, that's a real word.
Olfactory.
Olfactory. Right.
That's what we say. We where I'm from. We say down by the old factory.
Yeah, that's my S&M safe word, and that's why I never get out of the chains.
They used to make tires down at the old factory.
Yeah. I go olfactory. They say you're not saying it right. We're not pulling it out. Oh,
shit!
I picked it. You pick an S&M safe word that you can't pronounce.
Yes.
Right. Ambidextrous. So anyway, so she weighs it. So she says to him as he's like leaving and he's sobbing, she goes, Halston, I have work for you. Next time you come back, I want you to bring me 3 smells. So he goes, okay, as he's crying. And then the next time they meet, oh yeah. And he comes back and he goes, here's the first smell. And he rips open the top. He goes, look, it's Turkish tobacco. I've never smelled tobacco in a woman's perfume. And she smells it. She goes, this is wonderful. And then the next smell was like something, I forget. But the third one, he pulls out of the Ziploc bag and he pulls it out. And she goes, and she opens it up and she goes, this is a jock strap. And he goes, yes, it's my lover's jock strap. And instead of the woman being like, gross, she takes the jock strap, buries her face in it and starts breathing it. And she pulls her face away and she goes, Halston, you're a genius. He goes, now every woman in America will have the smell of my boyfriend's jock strap on their neck.
Don't you wonder how that really went down?
I'm not. It was.
You think it really happened that way?
It was the 70s. Like there are parts of this miniseries where he's just in the middle of a meeting with people and he just dumps a bunch of blow in his hand and he sniffs it and he goes, like, all right, now I'm going to go have sex in a steam room.
Like, listen, occasionally some visionaries take big swings and it pays off. So I mean, it is possible. Well, like I don't have the cojones to do something like that. Well, like
in this, so it turns out that the Halston scent turns out to be a huge hit. And he's sitting there with like the money men, Bill Pullman. And he goes, and now I want to do a men's scent. And they go, Halston, you're a genius. And he goes, and you know what the bottle's going to look like? And they all go, what? And he goes, it's going to be a giant glass cock. And everyone goes, and he goes, I'm just kidding. You guys are terrible.
They're like, oh, we were just about to tell you you were a genius again.
Yeah, they were like, yeah.
We fell for it.
Yeah. And the hole for where the cum comes out, that's where you're going to have to suck the perfume out and spit it in your own hand.
Yeah.
Like a cock. Yeah. And he was good friends with Liza Minnelli. And I will say this, I know I name drop a lot, but that 4 or 5 times I hung out with Liza Minnelli, I was in her apartment. And
I don't know that you've maybe mentioned that.
I did mention that.
I don't know.
I did mention that I was a rent boy for Liza Minnelli.
This is the amazing thing about Brian. I've heard the fucking back sugaring story 1,000 times, but for some reason, about the lady with the giant blackhead that was pregnant.
Yep.
But for some reason, stuff like Gallagher sneezed in my marinara.
Yeah,
he keeps that stuff close to the vest, and I find that out 10 years into knowing him.
Okay, so super quick. So when I was like 19, I worked in a restaurant, and this guy that I worked with, his best friend was a guy named Donnie Kerr, and Donnie Kerr married Cheetah Rivera's daughter, Cheetah Rivera, who just passed away recently. She was the original. She was in West Side Story, big Broadway, like one of these Broadway women, big deal. And so I became peripherally friends with Donnie, and Donnie and his wife were waiting for their apartment, and they were staying in Liza Minnelli's apartment, which is right over here on 66 between 2nd and 3rd. And I was kind of like in the mix with, because I was young and I was cute, and I became friendly with Donnie, and all of a sudden Donnie was living in Liza Minnelli's apartment. So I would go to Liza Minnelli's apartment. And then Liza at the time was partying. So Donnie was kind of like, hey, can you get Liza some blow? Like, can you hook it up? So So I did. So there'd be a couple of times that I would go to the apartment, and I wouldn't, it was never like transactional. I would just sort of be there.
Yeah, you were there. Somebody was buying. It wasn't like,
it wasn't like,
on the other.
wait in the living room with your booger sugar boy. I'll be out there in a minute.
She comes out in a sequin.
Yeah, she comes out there, right?
Like a
life is a cabaret, my dear. Life is a cabaret.
For like a musical cocaine transaction.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, it was a wild apartment. It was a triplex. It was huge.
Fun.
And on the wall were a fucking original Warhols. Like original
Yikes, yeah, I guess that would be,
even 30 years ago were worth 30 million, 40, 50 million dollars.
You're like, I could ruin.
Yeah.
If I fucking like,
would you like one of these soup can pictures Andy made?
I mean,
it's a lithograph
to like knife an original Warhol.
Yeah. And then she also had all of these dresses that were framed. And I remember I did ask her once, I was like, what are these dresses? And she goes, they're original Halstons.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were her mother's. Like,
no, they were original Halstons because she was good. And it says in the miniseries, she was friends with Halston. And then for Donnie Kerr's bachelor party, I was in charge of getting all the drugs together. And so I went to the bachelor party, which was in Atlantic City. And we all went down. And we all took a bus down, and half of them were like Donnie's kind of restaurant friends and guys like me and a bunch of other guys. And the other half were like gay chorus dancers, because Donnie was the original pinball wizard in Tommy. So that's why that was sort of the connection there. And we all went down, and on the way down, I ate like a bunch, like a quarter ounce of mushrooms, and we're on the bus, and we get off the bus. And I was kind of looking around. I'm like, and I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. And I said, what are we going to do? They go, we're all going to watch Liza perform. So Liza Minnelli was performing at the Taj Mahal, and we went, and she was doing like a review of her music, and it was a big theater. And at the end of it, she goes, and tonight we have a special guest. And the special guest is Donnie Kerr. And Donnie's marrying Cheetah Rivera's daughter. And they're there with a lot of boys. And they're all going to get in trouble tonight because it's a bachelor party. But let's have them all come up on stage.
Oh, wow.
So the light hits us, and we're all sitting kind of together in an area. And we all go onto the stage, and we all are standing there. And I'm tripping my face off. And then she sings America the Beautiful to us, because that was like her closer.
I'm freaking out just hearing this. You must have woke up the next day and just went, like, did that really happen?
Well, I will tell you this. You know how in the other room I had that picture of Telly Savalas?
Yeah.
I got that Telly Savalas picture because that was the night I was too fucked up to go to bed.
Okay.
And I just walked around the casino, and I had a couple of dollars, and I played a slot machine, and I won like $600 in quarters. And then I was walking down the boardwalk, and I saw the Players Club, and I knocked on the window, and they were in there. It was like 9 a.m. or something. And I said, hey, I'm a big Telly Savalas fan. Do you guys have any posters or anything?
Right.
And the guy was like, I have this. And he just gave me that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I've had it now for 30 plus years.
But you had to bring it back.
Oh, yeah. On my arm. No problem. But we had to take a bus back. It fit under the bus. But then it was funny because when I was at the bachelor party, at one point, they said, go down to the street and go get hookers. I said, okay. Because I was like the canary.
Ask me twice.
I was like the canary in the cage for all this stuff. They were like, ask the 18-year-old. He's an idiot. He'll do it. So I went down to the street, and I got like 5 or 6. I was like, look, we're
5 or 6.
Yeah. I said, hookers, come with me. And we all got in the elevator. And I remember.
Let's talk rates.
Well, we didn't get that far. I got in the elevator, and I hit the button for 25th floor. And all of a sudden, as the door is closing, a hand like stops the door, and it was a security guard. and he like put his head and he was like, "Come on, let's
not
go.
so fast,
Let's
McCarthy."
go." And I was like, "What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go to hookers." So we got upstairs, and then Liza Minnelli's boyfriend, this guy Billy Stritch, he was there. She ended up marrying this guy years later. You know Robert Wolf from J Press?
Sure.
He's friends
Bob
with this
Wolf.
guy. Yeah, Billy Stritch is still around. And so he goes, Billy Stritch is there, and Billy Stritch, everyone kind of left to go gambling or something. So Billy Stritch looks at me and he goes, "Let's get in the hot tub." I was like, "Okay." So Billy Stritch gets naked. I'm in my underwear and I'm sitting in the hot tub with Liza Minnelli's boyfriend, and who is very handsy. And then we end up, just nothing really happened, but at a certain point, we're just like doing blow in the hot tub and just kind of like hanging out. And all the guys come back. And then I don't know, we did some more weird stuff, and that was it. But yeah, so that's
good times.
Yeah, good times.
Great
Oldies,
folks.
Should we check in with everybody?
Let's check in with the constituency. And then we're gonna go.
And remember, just to give it a plug here, we do have now a membership set up for YouTube. So it's $5 a month.
OVO Cool Cat became a member.
Hey, welcome.
For some reason, our memberships are working. They're good. Just the supers are. We gotta fix something, because
unlike By Curious Tony on many vids, we have some content.
So, we got some of the past like couple of months of bonus shows.
Did you put them up?
Well, those we've been archiving as we've been going.
I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have access.
Not all the old stuff, because that would take days, and
I understand.
We'd have to bring on an intern from the Philippines.
We don't have that kind of time.
Yeah,
if you want
to do it, we can do it.
I have some issues with the Filipinos, which I can't. I got to get in. I got to go to the embassy, which is
there's a hold on.
Yeah, you're
not allowed to employ
New York.
anybody.
There's a consulate. There's an embassy in DC, and I got to get down there because the consulate was like, "We can't help you."
You're not even allowed to hire people on Fiverr.
No,
because it's that big of an international incident.
I can do the other Fiverr that only has one F,
one V.
Or V. Fuck, yes. I fucked it up. Shit. Yeah. So OVO, thank you. Welcome. Yeah. Enjoy this.
Welcome. Hi to Ted, our boy Ted.
What's up, Teddy?
The dude says Big A, and I don't. The dude has said that. I'm assuming I'm Big A, but I don't. But there's a Big A. The guy, that Kumia guy, Big A. So I'm like, I wasn't sure. Maybe he was in here, and that's who he's talking to. So I don't know the dude. If you're talking to me, hello. But
the photographer.
Yeah, Big A, Andrew Gold.
Nice guy.
He's Big A. So I didn't know if maybe he was in here, and because we can't see everybody that's in here.
No, we cannot.
I guess, but they can. I don't know.
I remember years ago, a couple of years ago. I mean, it's got to be. I hired Big A to take some photographs of.
He's a sweetheart
at an event. He was great.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Would you mind paying $20 for my cab fare?" I was like, "Yeah, here's 40." I was embarrassed.
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, of course." And I don't think anybody ever paid him before. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. If you're watching Big A, welcome.
He's a sweet guy. He's got a kind of a stutter.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
He used to always come to the Chipperson tapings.
But we're big fans. So
the dude says, "Smash that fathering like button."
Yeah, hit those likes, baby.
Absolutely.
If you can hit it twice, please.
Chairman Meow says, when we were talking about Haley Welsh, the Hawk Chua girl, he said she's and it's like a little octopus symbol.
Oh.
J. I'm probably missing. I think he's trying to say she's a Jew. She's Jewish. That's why he invited her on. Here's the thing with that.
Bill Maher?
There was on Bill Maher. There was I don't know if Chairman Meow, I don't know if you're joking, but Howie Mandel did a bit on his show where he had Haley Welsh, the Hawk Tua girl. And
wait a minute, are you talking about America's Got Talent?
No, he's got a podcast.
Okay, fair enough.
On his podcast, and they did a bit where he did her 23andMe live on the show, and it came back 98% Ashkenazi or whatever.
Wow.
It was a bit though. And then people were like, "Oh my God, the Hawk Tua girl's Jewish." You don't get 23andMe results instantly.
No, you don't.
You send them off.
They have to be.
So they had her spit in a thing on the show.
Hawk Tua, I get it.
Right.
Ugh.
And then they were like, "Oh, she's," and then all these fucking people think that she's Jewish because of that. And I'm like, it's a bit. Guys.
By the way, what's the bit even if she is 98% Jewish? Like, I don't get the joke of that.
It was like some sort of joke, Jewish space lasers controlling Hollywood or something.
God,
it was just some sort of like Howie Mandel bit.
It's a long way to go.
Right. But then, and then Chairman says, "Wait, Adam is a 2." I don't know if he's joking, but I am definitely not. I don't even have the 0.01% thing like a lot of people have. I am very German.
A little too German,
but not Jewish. So
yeah,
I'm do the math on that one.
We were looking. We were looking at our 23andMe last night, as a matter of fact, because we're going to do it for the kids. But
sure,
I'm 0.3% Ashkenazi.
0.3. Yeah, I don't even have that.
Well, by the way, it sounds like you're bragging. Okay,
I mean, it's a point of pride.
You're like, I don't even have any of it.
I'm facing anti-Semitism in the chat.
I say, let my people go.
But people totally think I'm Jewish.
Did they really?
Oh yeah, people have over the years. Yeah, look at that. You get a load of this fucking.
Yeah,
but that's the French. I got the French nose.
You smell pussy.
Yeah, not money, pussy. Baguettes. Yeah. He also said she charges $20K. I don't think that's true either.
For what? Just to come on a show and come on a show.
I don't think that's real.
Who cares?
She's probably just doing it to promote her TikTok or something. Hi to Josh Jack. Hi to Dr. Spergenberg. Hi to our boy Ted. Peter Chicken Man says, yes. Was cousin Sean invited to the wedding?
Oh, good. That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Cousin Sean in Denver. Yeah. You know what? All of my cousins were invited to the wedding, but none of them came because it was a what do you call it? A destination wedding. Although
gotcha.
We really tried very hard to make it a reasonable,
accessible.
Yeah. And it was kind of a point of contention because my wife's family, people came in from England, people came in from all over the country. So we had a lot of my wife's family there, and only my mom and my stepfather and my half brother, and then my aunt and her husband, who they're very close. So those two showed up. And then I think one of my mom's friends, and that was it. I may be missing one person, but I think so a very small, but none of my cousins. And I will say one thing. All of my cousins' weddings that I've gone to have sucked. Especially I went to one of my cousins' weddings where, you ready for this? Cash bar.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
ouch.
Not only cash bar, but cash bar beer and wine. So you couldn't even buy
buy a cocktail.
Yeah. I still managed to get blackout drunk though. Don't worry. I've
seen you chug some rosé.
Yeah. But it was
guy.
It was a cash bar.
Wow.
Beer and wine, which was pretty wild. Anyway.
Yikes. Ovio says, I remember that Liza story when you played gay chicken with her husband in a bathtub. So he actually remembers this.
Yes. Well, it was a hot tub and I just kept slapping his hand away when,
So apparently Liza was his beard.
It's very one-sided.
That's fucking hilarious. I can't believe Ovio remember. You may have, that may have been a story you told on Burning Bridges. So I may have not heard it.
Entirely possible. But it was very one-sided gay chicken.
Holy shit!
It was like improv. You both have to agree to play gay chicken, or it's just a guy trying to rape you.
Some kind of wager involved. Yeah. This was just unconsensual.
His name is, if you look him up, his name is Billy Stritch, and he does He does a thing every Tuesday night at Birdland on 44th Street.
Okay.
And I keep making plans to go because
you remember me, Billy.
I'm back.
You confront him. Yeah. You Me Too, Billy Stritch.
Do you still want to get in a hot tub with me now that I'm 51 years old? Now I'm ready, Billy. But he married her. He went on to marry her. They got married. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could, you like a little country, a little rock and roll. People there, it's possible. I feel like if you're marrying Liza Minnelli, though, that's like,
remember that guy?
The most textbook beard.
Remember that? That's like Santa Claus marrying a Christmas tree. I mean, do you remember she married David Gest? Gest?
No.
Okay, look up a picture of David Gest.
Okay.
And then we'll jump over.
I'll pretend like it isn't already my lock screen.
Yeah.
David Gest. Yeah. Just like it's spelled
Gest.
Guest.
Gest. Yeah. That was
Who's David Gest.
They got married at St. Patrick's.
Oh God, he looks gay as the day is long.
Yeah.
He's got that weird, overly groomed facial hair.
Yeah.
What's his deal?
That's kind of what you're looking at the picture.
Television producer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever been lucky in love,
He looks like a trans man.
Well, I think he's probably had a lot of work done at this point.
Holy shit.
Because they got married like 20 years ago or so, maybe. Go ahead.
Ovio.
See, Ovio's killing it.
Nailed it. So fucking perfect. He said David Guest looks like Alan Fuchs.
I was just thinking about that
Holy
guy.
shit, OVO.
Guy, good old,
you nailed it.
Good old soy sauce beard.
Holy shit, he does.
Your beard.
He looks like David Guest looks like if there was an Alan Fuchs statue in Ripley's Believe It or Not. Like in the David Guest looks like Wax Museum Alan Fuchs.
And you know, I heard David Guest is doing a one-man show. You know what it's called? Guest Who's Coming to Dinner.
Guess who's coming to dinner. Fuck yeah. Oh god damn it. That was a good one, OVO.
Good one, OVO.
I'm paying for his admission at TD's next. Admission's on me.
Next restaurant you go to in Albuquerque, free sopapillas. You tell me, I will buy your sopapillas.
And Nick, our boy Nick says, my 23andMe says I'm 18% indigenous. Thanks for destroying my people.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Hey, we came in and
welcome. I
gave him those blankies.
Which
smallpox blankies.
I tell you, I've had dinner with that guy, and the other he's 78% great table manners. So,
okay, no elbows on the table,
no chewing his mouth. Yep. So you have learned our European ways.
Sunk,
yes,
he's got a little more Spaniard, maybe.
Yeah.
Than,
right. Montezuma's Revenge, fucking Atari 5200 game.
More Spaniard than Inca.
Yep. Conquistador. I told you I was in in Santo Domingo. I went to the museum where they have all the armor that those conquistadors wore.
Okay.
Those guys were like 4'9". This little Spanish guys.
I could see that.
They were
yeah.
I was looking at this really really polished brass, like whatever their armor was, and I was like, is that for like a monkey or something? I mean, kind of. No, but it was like they were really little men when they came over here. But
that makes sense.
All they did was sneeze on them once.
Itty bitties.
And there you go.
Little itty bitties.
Oh, and then we do have a guest next week, right?
I don't know. No, I think that's not until.
That's in 2 weeks. Okay.
Do you remember? No, I think it's I put it in my calendar. Hold on.
No, Xantha.
6th. The 6th of September.
All right, we'll get to her later. We have the girl that
4 weeks from now.
The woman that did my headshots.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you who that. Oh, that's that lady. Okay.
Yeah. She's super. Very interesting. She's
buckle up.
Yeah, she's a lesbian, and she also does voiceover for Star Wars stuff. So she's a.
Oh, that's interesting. I am interested to hear because meet her because I did production on some of those Star Wars audiobooks.
Oh,
so
okay,
like very light production, like almost just like quality assurance. So I had to. This was like fucking 15 years ago.
Okay.
But I worked in a studio that we did them, and so I had to listen to all those for like my whole day was just listening to the Star Wars audiobook. So I may have. We
get her on the show.
Have lulled me to sleep.
We go, all right, you can tell us what's Boba Fett really like. What's Boba Fett really like? All right, should we jump over to the other show?
Yeah, we're gonna jump over
on the new show. I didn't get to it, but I do want to talk on the bonus show. I was the witness to a phenomenal bus fight.
Oh yeah,
this week, which I do want to talk about, and I forgot to talk about. If you go on Instagram, Brian M Show, I managed to record like the very end of it.
Yeah, it didn't look too gruesome, but we saw it as it was.
Yeah, it was simmering down, and they. Yeah. I will tell you this: there's nothing better than when people fight on a bus and then they both get off at the same stop. That's not awkward.
No, not at all.
So we'll get over to that. And remember,
so yeah, sign up if you sign up for the Patreon. We're doing the Patreons live to tape now.
Yes, live to tape.
So it's through we record it right now, and you can watch it right now with us if you want.
Yeah.
See how kind of the sausage is made.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to sign up over on Patreon. Then we post a private link, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, but if you're a member on YouTube, how does that work? Do you get it the next day?
Different. Yeah, you still get it. Yeah,
but you get the next day.
Unfortunately, those things don't play together.
Well,
yeah, we got to actually cater more to we have more patrons than we do members.
I understand.
So we got to,
unfortunately. What problems to have? Am I right?
No, but you do get it, but you do get the show, but it's just the next day.
I feel like
join Patreon.
Tom Segura with a good head of hair.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Listen, thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your week and, check it all out later. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.